Hello everyone, right, so we're back again at Murkwater. Now this is, I guess maybe a little of an experimental video. The whole thing is me making the walls that I showed you in the last guide. Those much larger ones that are a bit more scrappy. Now the reason why I wanted to do, one, I wanted to show you how the entire process works from start to finish. But also, this will infer whether I do a similar video for Sanctuary or not. It's maybe not the most exciting thing ever, because obviously I'm not really doing anything different. I'm basically just going through the entire wall process. Obviously, the whole thing isn't literally me, so you probably noticed it's under 20 minutes. So I'm going to show you how to make this little section here again, and then as I'm going through anything interesting, you can basically see a time lapse of how it develops. Now, on the subject of these walls, I quite like them, but I don't think I'm going to do them for every settlement. I'm going to try and think of a couple of different walls ideas. These have a really raider look to them, which is why I wanted to do them on Murkwater. You know, they very, very scrappy. They go really well with the raider poles, that kind of thing. You know, it's quite cool. But I want something a little bit crisper for my general settlements. And I'm going to try and, maybe for Wednesday's video, if I can think of anything good. Like, they don't even take very long. I mean, this took me a little bit longer than probably a normal settlement, because the thing is with Murkwater, you're probably going to see it. But don't worry, I do actually get a mining helmet, but the weather is fucking shit here. This is the nicest weather we get, right? And you get for a tiny little about... There we go. Here, you can hear it happen already. This is what happens with Murkwater. You get a little bit of sunshine, and then this happens. Which I like... But for when you're doing something like the walls, it's really, really difficult for me to actually get them to look good. Like, to really see what I'm doing. But yeah, no, like, the style is really, really cool for someone like Murkwater, I think. But I'm probably going to do something different for Sanctuary and my other settlements as well. And hopefully, I'm going to try and make something that's a little bit easier for you guys to make. Because as I mentioned in the last video, I had an idea using this premise, but a little bit easier to do. The problem with these ones a little bit as well is they are, it's very hard to get, you need to get them a lot tighter, I think, and I don't really do it in this one. I'm probably to the point where I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to tighten up. You see those little, especially those little wall ends, they need to be a lot closer, and actually, you'll see later in the video, I actually find a much better way of doing it than the way I'm doing it now. It's right at the end, I'm like, oh, why didn't I try that, which actually makes it a lot tighter. So I'm going to probably go back. I won't show you doing it, because it'll just be me just rearranging things. I do that a lot. But, yeah, basically, you're going to get kind of a new wall video. These are really good for raidery test settlers. Oh, I've got a really good idea for this one as well. Because initially this was just going to be Strong's place, but it's going to be a proper horror show settlement. It's really cool. One of my subscribers and one of my Twitter followers, Smoky Banjo, she had a great idea for making my doctors look really creepy, which is, I'm going to have a couple of them in here. There might even not all of them be I might have a couple of like little clinics. But basically, I'm using... I don't show them in this video. I'll try and get some for the next one. Oh, Strong does not stop talking, by the way. But basically, it's using the kind of lab coats and then putting the hooded raider masks on. It looks fucking creepy as shit. Like, I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good... Oh my god! They basically look like the wasteland version of, like, the plague doctors. I mean, I believe they were are they historically accurate? I'm not sure, but you know, in Assassin's Creed, you've got those plague doctors, and they've got the, the hooked masks or everything like that. It looks like the wasteland version of them, and I fucking love it. I was like, yeah, this is so good. And also, because you probably gathered already, I do like my kind of slightly chem fiend kind of look of my character. It's not that my people are evil, it's just they're a little bit crazy. And there might be a slightly insane bent will start coming to a few of my settlements, I think. If you saw on Twitter the other day, I recently found the mascot hat. So I was walking around in Reginald's suit. I had goggles underneath the mascot hat. I had a surgical mask and goggles, welding goggles, and I looked absolutely crazy. It was wonderful. But yes, thank you, Smoky Banjo, for the suggestion on the creepy doctors, who are going to be all of my doctors now. I'm also going to make them ghouls as well, so they have really, really raspy voices, like me right now. So, this is a cool area. But as I said, this one's going to be hard for recording, just for this part, just because it's a little bit of a nightmare with the rain and stuff. Basically, I'm just showing you how to do this part again. I wanted to kind of go over it again so you can see how it works, I guess, in practice for a settlement that I'm actually intending to build up. I don't know why I freehanded these. I was thinking of maybe seeing how close they actually were, but to be honest, I just ended up going with the shack stairwell, because I don't do it. I don't finish the walls at the back of the walls. In this one, it's just the actual walls themselves. But for example, I'm gonna, put my fences around the back of these towers, so you won't see the fact that those shack foundations are actually hovering. This doesn't. I don't really get it. It doesn't take very long. I think this one's a little bit awkward as well, with the fact that obviously the ground's quite uneven, and the weather. The weather was really hard because I had to keep kind of like I couldn't see shit. I love the rain. It looks really cool. It's one of my favourite weather effects, bar the sun, obviously. But it just was a little bit of a pain in the knob. Also, I recorded, like, the first third of this one day, and then went and played the game for a little bit and recorded it the next day. So for a little period, I actually forget my mining helmet. So you've got my, I think it's this one, actually. Am I wearing my mining helmet now? Yeah, I am. But basically, I end up going for my Pip-Boy for a little bit. Then get my mining helmet again, so it's all grand. It's all good. So you've all seen this before, but also, I'm going to start doing my Let's Plays again, because I'm doing 5 kind of Fallout build videos. It's way too much. It takes way too long, and I want to, as you see with these, I want to edit up the quality. But what I'm going to do with the Let's Plays, the first one is going to be on Automatron, so I'm actually going to do a Fallout Let's Play. I might not call them Let's Plays, something else. It sounds really weird when you sped up. But basically, yeah, I'm going to do, kind of, but not of games like Don't Starve. And I do ones that are a bit more, because Don't Starve's a great game, but it was way too, the series it was fun, but it went on way too long. And also it's a little bit too niche, isn't it, really? It's a PC game, it's awesome, however, not many of you really play those kind of games. It's cool, and basically, yeah, Let's Plays, but less episodic, and, I might, for example, do one game on a Tuesday, and then the Thursday will be a completely different game, but then we'll go back to the Tuesday game another time. But yeah, just an FYI, and they'll be fun as well. But I'm going to start with Fallout, because Automatron comes out tonight, or stroke tomorrow. So see, now I'm back, and I've basically done the entire of it, because I showed you the front. So have I done the entire of it? No, I've done the entire one section, I believe. So you see, it didn't take very long to do that. Using the technique with the foundations and snapping them on, you can do them pretty swiftly. Now, a one note, and I kind of do it, and I kind of wander around and I point out to this. When you're doing this technique, and maybe as a general rule for walls anyway, don't have them resting against the build area. It's a real rookie mistake that I manage, but like, for example, this section here of the wall, a bit to the right, I end up having to pretty much go back and redo. And I will actually redo it, kind of later down the line. The reason being is, one, as you can see, it goes red really easy, but with these walls, you really have to tidy them to the point where I'm showing you the process now, but I'm actually going to go back and tidy the entire section. Because for them to look good, these really have to be very close together. I've got an idea as well of how I might reinforce the back so the back doesn't look as messy. I'm generally covered with buildings, but also putting walls in. So, where am I now? I do move around a little bit. So I'm doing my wall ends now, that's it. I wanted to show you how I'm doing it. But basically, yeah, I did it because I've been building up my own red rocket again. Because this is similar with Nordhagen. This is a kind of a new save. And you want to kind of give yourself maybe about a meter in front of the build area. Now that's what I've done here. This is my original idea of how to do the wall ends. I put all of the foundations down around, and I've basically done the whole thing, so I can kind of quickly do it in order. I actually find it much better doing it, which is using a ladder and sinking it into the ground. These fences do take longer, by the way. Not that much longer, to be honest. But maybe it can take us significantly longer if you're like me, where you maybe weren't 100% satisfied with how crisp things look. Which is why I think, as I said, these have been made for more of the raidery areas. I do a couple of raider settlements, I think. I want like 2 kind of slightly raidery settlements. Maybe 3. I don't know which ones, though. So I'm doing my wall ends now. This is going to have lots of skull pits. I've been farming bones and skulls, by the way. So many. So you expect to see lots of totem poles, and don't delete the foundation and fall on your arse, Davey. But it's going to be very, very cool. And also this was because it's very, very dark in this area. I am going to have a lot more lighting than is normally what I go for. I'm going to kind of go for it quite a lot. I'm really curious with Automatron. Like, what time is it now? So it's 7:30, right? So I think I believe it might drop at 12. I'm not too sure. I'm going to, after I've recorded this and this is rendering, I'm going to have a little bit of a Google session. I just want to show you the outside here, see how it works. I've got a couple of gaps, but that's not important because I'm going to kind of close them up with the fences. But you can see I've done quite a lot of it already. But yeah, Automatron. I'm hoping we can add all of the... So basically, what I want, and I always wanted when this film first came out, is I wanted the ability to actually have Protectrons at my settlements, and maybe one or two, or one... This one was a bit of a nightmare. One sentry bot. And I really hope I can have them as companions that I can assign to settlements. Draco and Victus actually on Twitter mentioned a good thing earlier, which is probably, I think, how it is going to be. Oh, do you like the Raider poles, by the way? They look grand. Is the fact they're going to possibly work like power armor. So you're going to need a frame to actually put the robot pieces on. That's fine for me. If they're harder to earn, that's fine. Also, you notice what I've done? Because I recorded this in 20 little chunks. I've accidentally, in that one where I showed you where I've done all the top parts, I've not paid attention. And I've put it in the wrong order. It's fine. It's alright. This is the problem with a little bit with the wool ones. It's really difficult for me to see. It's mostly, as you know, it's mostly in chronological. There's that one little error there. But it's very difficult for me to differentiate the videos. Because I can, like, if I'm building, like, separate buildings, I can go, oh, yeah, I did this, I did that, I did this. Look at it, though. Random. Look at how cool this looks. Really raidery, very awesome. Might not for everything. As you can see, I've done loads of it. Yeah. Also, to be honest as well, which is why I might not do many of these big wool builds again, is I'm running out of shit to tell you. Which is why I'm just talking about the DLC. Because, obviously, I'm doing the same thing, basically. I can show you certain things I had trouble with. Like, for example, in this period here, noting, and I think, I had to redo these ones. I do them afterwards. Basically, with this technique, you've got to make these low as possible. They've got to be about, so 2/3 the height, or maybe even half the height, potentially, is what I'm going to make them even lower, of an actual fence piece. One, it'll make them look a lot crisper, but also you run the risk of actually having it so these actual wall pieces are too high up, and you have a gap between the fences. It's easy with these to make them way too tall. They look cool when they're tall, right? But I think they might look better if they're a lot shorter. Not like massively short. Yeah, we go. See, this was the one that was meant to be after the other one. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. As you can see, this is what it looks like now. But I might, and I do it for a lot of them, shunt them down half. So their length, half them down. So you can see I'm here. And this is where I kind of realised, look, way too high. Now, I do shunt them down, but to be honest, it's probably better if I shunt them down even more. Strong did not shut up. He's actually not too bad in the recording, but... anyone have any tips for me on how to get Strong to love me? Two things, right? Okay. While I'm doing this, he's just showing the fucking wall again. This is more of a time-lapse of the wall, which is why, as I'm looking at this now, I might not do a full time-lapse of the wall. I'm going to show you how to build a bit, and then I'm just going to do the whole fucking thing. Right, Strong. He is the only one I haven't got my reputation up with. Oh, do you see how I'm doing the wall ends? 1 second. Lower it, and just grab it like that. Right, so just get it underneath. It'll snap up. And then you just grab them, and they'll snap down. Right, so, anyway, important shit, right? Strong. I don't know how to get him to love me. Apparently, so I can do the Radiant quests for the Minutemen, but I've got a little problem. And you Preston Garveys who follow me, you fuckers aren't offering me quests anymore. Why aren't you offering me quests? Can someone tell me that? Am I at a point in the game where he stops? Because I don't know. I'm really confused. I also haven't unlocked Somerville Place yet. It's the one settlement I haven't unlocked yet, because I haven't been offered a quest to do it. Is it Somerville? The cottage near the, yeah, it is, Somerville. Near the Glowing Sea. I haven't unlocked it. No, I don't even know how big the building area is. Apparently it's huge. No idea. So can someone let me know in the doobly-doos, the comments, how to actually... Yes, you want to do more fight. How to actually do... Oh, see this technique here. This is fucking awesome. Much better than I was doing before. Basically, and I'll get a better version I do. So you basically attach them... I'll make one in a second, so it's grand. This allows me to place it a lot closer, and it's a lot easier, but David has an even better way of doing this, right? Now, control your seething loins when you see this, alright? Yeah, because it's cool. So, you get your stairs. Then you get your Wii platforms. The Wiiest of platforms. Don't put them on the side like a fucking knob, because that's stupid. Then you put your wall end at the end, right? But it's still... Obviously, the floor piece is going to be sticking in, right? So you put the wall end in the middle, and then you take it off. Oh, and just make sure to pick the stairs up again. And voila, look at that. And you can properly bury them in, and that's so much fucking quicker. And you can get them really close, and that allows you as well to basically make things look rather sexy. Now, I'm not still finished. This isn't me doing the walk around tour. I'm still not finished, but I just wanted to show you how things are progressing as we go. So it's starting to really come together, isn't it? It's got that radio vibe. Now, see here, as I'm demonstrating, you need this amount of space between the walls to get these ones to realistically work, because there's, I want to add texture. It's, dude, I'm sorry if I get your Twitter handle incorrect. Wolf King, or just Wolf King, Control F, Wolf King, he'll appear in the comments. But he showed me a great picture the other day, and I thought of doing it, but I guess it never occurred to me to do it. You can add signs and actually embed other features into these walls. Like, he uses that, that gas sign, right? And then also all of the various new signs that are added. And I'm totally going to do that, and I think that's what maybe these walls are missing a little bit, is colour. So you can actually... I don't know how I'm going to do it, whether I might have to actually take the walls off, maybe do, like, the fences last. I'm not too sure the order I want to do it in. But basically, like, fences and kind of signs and all things like that. Right, anyway, here is the tour. I'm going to decorate these in the next video so you can see, but I'll show you a little bit and thing. Right, here's the tour. I really like it. I'm going to design new walls for you for a little bit more of a crisper style. But as you can see, these look fucking awesome. I've added loads of raider poles, but it's definitely a raidery summon. It suits this kind of area. Hope you all enjoyed that. Let me know on the feedback of whether you actually want me to do a video like this for walling off Sanctuary. And be warned, I'll probably end up just talking shit like I did in this one, because ultimately there's not really much for me to say beyond, hey, I'm doing that same thing again. I will talk to you lovely people soon. Tomorrow's video will be a Let's Play, or that is the part I need to refix, by the way. Will be a Let's Play on Automatron, which I'm all very excited for. I'm also not working tomorrow, so it should be up nice and early, because I won't have to edit as much as this one. You people have a lovely week. Take care.